I guess we all have to agree to that.
Yeah, which is kind of cool if you think about it, because that way
Right.
people can't record you without you knowing it, without your knowledge.
Right.
So, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So that way, if anybody does pop on and watch this later, because it looks like I have to be more mindful of the time because I'm a morning person, but I know people have their day. There's Miss Sylvia. I know people have day jobs too, so she was able to get away. Oh no, that's right. You're still on vacation, girl. Forgot about that. All right, so this one's called No Catalog, No Problem, right?
Yep.
How are you guys? So I have some of my own things, but what are y'all like doing right away to, I mean, is it even an issue for y'all not having a catalog?
A little bit. Because
Yeah,
I have some elderly people that don't get online.
yeah.
And so they want the catalog. And I actually, you're gonna love this. I just found the QR code, right, Sylvia? I'm like, what's this? I've never had one. I had no idea what it was. I seen it on there. So I tested it out, sent it to my husband. I was like, hey, what do you do with this? Poor Sylvia. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. He was like, that's nice. And then I seen there's one on parties. So two of my, and I hate to say elderly, but they are elderly. I know both of their daughters. So I sent the QR code to both of their daughters and asked them if they would use it on their phone. And I've already got two orders.
Wow.
So, and I wrote a really nice letter as soon as Karen said no more catalogs to send out to my people that I normally send catalogs to. And as soon as I get my cartons, I'll make samples. So I'm going to go a little bit above what I normally do and send them samples of all the new stuff.
That's perfect.
So,
That's actually really good because then you're still catering to them so they don't feel like
right.
they're being, because I know like my mom, she's 80 something, and she's like a whippersnapper when it comes to her iPhone. Like she's got it figured out, but I know that I still have customers that don't. In fact, one of mine called me this morning and she said, don't forget to send me a catalog. And I go, oh, Ava, we're not going to have catalogs anymore, remember? And anyway, so, but what I did was I sent her pictures of the things that I knew she would love in her house just to kind of give her an idea. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we just need to make sure people are still confident that they can reach their customers without the catalog.
Right.
Right. Sean, didn't you, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. We were,
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday because I was saying like um I guess Dana and I were talking and you other ladies probably would do this like I think a light bulb went off for both of us because we're like, wait a minute, doesn't Amazon doesn't have a catalog.
Nope.
I shop Walmart grocery pickup and I do that online. So
Mhm.
if you think about it, I mean, we are literally, and I know people they don't like technology on their phone or they don't want this, but I know 95% of America shops on Amazon.com. Some way, somehow, on friends, daughters, sons, their grandchild's phone, they all help do that. So you bring up a good point on that QR code because that's really cool to send that out because I've used the QR code but never really elaborated on the QR code, but for them to do that now, because my thing was like, oh, how am I going to get people to make sure they go on my party link and make sure because we can't move parties anymore, move orders to parties. And I've always been the one, and Dana and I had talked about this of I think for me personally, I hold my customers' hands a little bit too much of, oh, you don't have time to put in that order. Let me do that for you. I got the order for you. I'll put it in. I'll do all the work. This kind of now holds me accountable and makes me go, honey, we gotta put this in, go here to this link, use this party code. We don't have a catalog, but go online because I'll tell you right now, in a catalog, they're gonna look, they're never gonna look at the catalog again after they're at a party or an event or somewhere else. They're gonna look at it and throw it to the side. When they go online, they might see something that we didn't even talk about or they
Mhm.
might say, "Oh, I really want that that skeleton, but I can only get it with scent flirt." Well, how the heck do I do that? She never told me about scent flirt. What's scent flirt?
Right.
So it make for me when I go online, I shop everywhere. I'm curious. I push buttons all over the place. Like, what's this? What's that? What's this? And then I finally look at my cart and I'm spending 200 and some dollars on Walmart.com when I only
Right.
had a list of 12. So
Right.
I think when Dana mentioned that yesterday, when we had the light bulb go off, we're like, wait a minute. We shop online anyway,
Yeah.
and we don't even think about it. We're just
They
so used to catering and want to help
taking
people.
care of them. Hmm.
Yeah, we want to take care. We don't want to make them mad. We don't want to make them upset or lose them.
Right.
But to be honest, I mean, I've heard, and I don't want to be, have negative, but we've seen a lot of people be negative online. I know you ladies have seen it. I know a lot of people have been very, very negative on the live during the PZTV around everything about the catalog. Okay, if you don't like the catalog, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're going to lose somebody, you're going to lose somebody, then grab five more. You
Hmm.
always are supposed to be getting new customers all the time. So this is going to make us work a little bit. Get creative. Think outside the box.
Right. Well, and
I
the other,
like
oh, go ahead, Sylvia.
I like your Amazon approach, Sean, because it's so true, right? Amazon doesn't have a catalog. Your grocery store doesn't have a catalog. I mean, you get every offers by email. I wrote that down that because I'm going live with my team, and that's a good approach, right? And
Mhm.
we were blessed. I mean, with regards to the lookbook, right? Like I've been sharing the lookbook, and customers love that, love the IDs and everything. I think this is awesome.
Is
And
there a link for the
the
lookbook?
lookbook is fast. It's fast to go. They can go
And
through that.
you do notice that there's a link. Like if they
Oh,
see
there
something they
is.
want
Okay.
on that little corner, they can click that and they can add it to their cart. Like it is so easy. That's what yesterday I found myself telling everybody about the lookbook because it's still, when you send them straight to the website, it's a little confusing because it's like, what am I looking for here? Because it goes by the names that we're familiar with. You send them to that lookbook and they go to town. They can look at all the
That
pretty
little,
pictures and it's just like a catalog.
that little arrow, as soon as they click it, it tells them how much it is. It's
Exactly.
it's
And they
right there.
literally can add it to the cart. Like it's so easy.
But
We have,
So,
when they were
we have
talking,
to change our mindsets to change our customers' mindsets.
correct.
Is yeah,
well, in
And I
all
think
honesty, this is changing our mindsets.
right.
To be honest, this is changing us, not the customer. This is changing us because if you don't believe in this right now, this little change, your
How's your customer?
customers are never going to do anything if you don't. If this is no problem, they're going to think it's no problem.
Exactly.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
That's the best way to
And what
put
I
it.
like too is let's not forget, right? The new website is going to have a wish list, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that lookbook is going to connect that they can add to wish list, just like we do it on Amazon. It's very much replicated of Amazon, I find, like
Right.
add to cart, those time of lingo. So I'm seeing that as, you know what? Because I had a customer yesterday. She's like, I know, but I used to mark my pages, right? I'm like, that's okay. You'll just add it to your wish list. That's it,
That's gonna
right?
be that's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I said no more paper and no more catalog to throw away.
Right. And
Or
honestly, if you
finding
think
where you
about
put the
it,
catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that we got catalogs in January, I guess it was. I didn't even realize it until they brought this up, but I never ordered more catalogs. Like I ran out. I didn't even think about it. We were doing, like she was saying, we were doing the room sprays, we were doing the diffuser oils, all without a catalog. So
Right.
I think we just get in our own head and it's change. And so everybody's like, well, I have to have a catalog. My customers need a catalog. They only need a catalog because you make them feel like they need a catalog. We have to have the like, oh no, this is so easy. You're going to see it all. And yeah. And then they can keep
A
going back
really,
to it. They don't have to hold on to the catalog.
a really good friend of mine is Mary Kay, and they send out their little catalogs. And I finally told her, I said, you don't have to pay for me. Take me off the list because she was paying. That was only like 70 cents. It comes with her name and all that stuff, and it has some little symbols. I literally get it. I open it up, look, I throw it in the trash.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. So uh, when I look at what
I'm thankful I don't have to go in and wait for my catalogs because everybody's like, "Oh, when you get the catalog, send it out and then I'll order." Well, now it's like you don't have to wait to order, honey. You can go online, look at the lookbook, and you can start ordering right now. I don't have to wait for my stuff and then worry about getting home from a reunion going, "Okay, that was a lot of money. Okay, now I got to spend catalogs. How many catalogs do I need? Well, I better get 4 packs of catalogs and then 2 of my packs just sit in my closet and wait for people to come by." It's like that's just money sitting there.
Well,
Yeah.
I went back before reunion. I went back and looked since when I started at every catalog change, sitting at catalogs, and how over the time I have done less and less. But one time, just my mailing alone was $500 just to mail out the catalogs. That's ridiculous.
That
Yeah.
is. So let's also talk about, because I know home parties, that's kind of a little bit of a different feel. So the one thing that I'm going to do with my home parties is the same thing that we're just talking about, but I happen to have a little iPad. Not everybody has one, but if they have an iPad or a laptop, and I will of course have some sprinkles because I love to do the blend bash. I love that we don't have that big obnoxious box anymore. So I can still do my blend bash. I can make my little bags of 3. I can sell those ahead of time or at the party, whatever. I can bring a few accent shades, and then I can sit here and walk them through the lookbook. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like, and if anybody wants, like, take this and pass it around and be looking through it, or go to your phone. Let me show you how to go to your phone and pull up the lookbook and sign in and make sure you have an account. I mean, it's just going to be a shift in how we do things, but it's so doable. And again, I love the fact that it's going to get them used to going to our website on a regular basis to see what's new. Because I'm telling my people, I'm like, if you're my customer, you need to be checking my website regularly because it is going to always be changing, right?
And the other thing you can ask the hostess as a benefit, right? You can say, ask your guest to bring their iPad with you and I'll draw for a special prize, right? And then while you're interacting with them, you can get them to save it as a favorite. You can save your website as a favorite
Oh my gosh, I
on
got
their.
chill bumps.
I
That's a great
know, that's
idea.
wonderful. I mean, it's
Oh my
easy,
gosh.
right? I mean, if I was invited to a party and the hostess said, by the way, the consultant that's doing it is going to draw a special prize if you bring your iPad. Duh, no brainer, right?
Oh my
So
gosh.
speaking of that one, so at virtual, when Amanda and I were at the hotel, we watched virtually. I had a 10-foot cord that has this little thing because I have an iPhone and it has this HDMI cord that hooks into it, and I plug it in my iPhone. I was thinking about taking that. Oh, that's a cute cat. I was
Always
thinking
here.
about taking my phone and taking that cord and hooking it up, and then I can do it right there and show them what the website looks like and stuff like that, because I don't have an iPad, or but don't want to go out and buy things to make my do it. Then I'll do something like that. But I love the iPad idea, and then bring your iPad, win a prize, you know what I mean?
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. But even if they just have their phone, that's okay too. It's just the iPad gives them a bigger picture of it. So
Right.
that was
While
a
they're at
great.
the party, I mean, you can share your VIP group. We kind of walk away from that at a party when we had catalogs. Oh, it's all on my catalog, right? So sometimes people wouldn't join. So you say, at this part, I would like to share with you guys my VIP group, right? Why don't you join it now while we accumulate orders? My brain might have been dead, but it's been processing, right? Like, I'm like, okay, how am I going to approach this differently? So that
Hmm.
is one way to bring it forward for sure.
And if they join right there, you can see them join.
Oh my
And you
God,
can say, oh,
yes.
hey, thanks, Susie. You just joined. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody, Susie joined. She's getting put into a drawing. Who else? It's one
Yeah.
click. It kind of puts them on the spot going, oh, man, if Susie did it, I better do it. Otherwise, I'm out of the group. I better get on this.
I love that.
Did you
So
hear him at reunions say there we'll have an app? There'll be a
yeah,
pink zebra working on a pink zebra app.
yeah,
I'm like, oh yes, that's the bomb right there.
right, exactly. And I think it's just for us, right? For now. I
I
think they'll
think I
eventually
think that
have
was
one.
just us, isn't it?
Yeah, but they will eventually have something for our customers, I'm sure, because that is the thing to do is an app.
Right.
Hmm.
So, but I'm loving that because we'll be able to keep track of everything on the app.
I like
So,
the HDMI cord, right? Like that,
yeah,
you can bring that with you and replicate it on the TV of the host and or the hostess. And that's awesome idea as well.
yeah. I love the join the VIP group as well. Like when they are on their, I don't want to call it appliance.
Social
I hate to
media, there's social media.
when they're on that, then you can direct them to all the things. And then, like
Mhm.
you said, have extra drawings and stuff like that to incentivize them to do it right then and there.
Add me to Facebook, follow my page, right? Like I know over the years I've missed some people not following my page because I just wrote it all out on a label, right? It's all there, but you know, I might have missed customers. So now I can say, hey, join, you know, you can have a QR code to display as well, right? We have a QR code for our website. I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing it in a positive, more
Well, and not only
technology
that,
is today's market.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys or you ladies have done this, but when I hold my customers' hands, I put their information in, but they forget to do an email, so I put mine in. So all my emails are in half my customers' orders. But now, if you're sitting, you just made me think of this, Sylvia. If they're sitting at the party and you're like, okay, let's log in, everybody do that. Oh, you haven't logged into my website before? Here's your opportunity to do your login, put all your information in. Remember your login. If not, hey, Susie, I will write it down for you. So if you ever have issues, I will have it. You'll have their login, in that sense, or their password if they can't remember it, or if they troubleshoot and they need to. I know when I get to things and I can't remember my password, I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'll do it later. And then I don't come back to it till a week later. Well, right then and there, it's like, well, you can't remember your password here. Forget password. Let's do this right now. And it kind of makes it one on one, and kind of get them to get on there. So once they do, they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know?
One of the things because that you made me think of that just now, one of the things that we have to make sure we still do at a party is, I know somebody said, well, this way they can go home and they've got the website in their order. Do not let them leave your house or your hostess house without placing their order. Walk them through it. Like you've got
Right.
everything, you've got their phone, you've got their iPad, and you go, let's go ahead and place your order right now. Don't let them leave, because I know me, once I leave, I go to my networking groups all the time. And the people that are smart are the ones that say, let's go. Cause like there's a girl with what's Young Living. And every time I'm like, oh, I need that. And she's like, well, let's do it real quick. Where's your phone? And she makes me order it right then and there, because if I leave, my little Mary Kay lady doesn't do that all the time. And I'll leave, I forget all about it as soon as I'm out the door. So we don't want them to leave. Like that's one of the biggest things I feel like we need to make sure that we don't let people leave our party until they place the order.
Well, I always had a checkout line, like when they were done.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting right over here. When you guys are done, well, when they were looking at the catalog and when they were smelling the testers and when they were smelling, when you guys are done and you're ready to order, I'll be over here if you have any questions. And once they walk out, I was like, hey, you ordering today? No, not today. I don't get paid. Well, hey, let's now just thinking of the wish list. Hey, did you put everything in your wish list? Did you put everything in there so that way when you go home, you can talk to your husband? Because some people will tell me, have to talk to my husband. Well, half the time I know they're not married. I'm like, all right, lady, I know you're not married, but whatever. I'm like, okay, then let's put it in a wish list. Now that you said that, you put it in a wish list. Hey, make sure you go home, check that out, because I can't close her party until you do that. If you have a wish list going, let's get that done.
Yeah,
You just said,
I got to talk to my husband. I always say, what do you think he'll say? I always say that. What do you think he'll say to you? He'll say, go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead. I've had that.
That's actually a good response.
I learned that way back. Even that's overcoming objections in terms of recruiting, right? Well, I have to think, because you want to work on the objections that's aside from sales, right? But they'll say, well, let me talk to my husband tonight. And we know, right? So before letting them go, again, you overcome the objections of saying, what do you think your husband will say? Is there any questions I can help you with? Well, basically it'll ask if I have money aside. Do you, what's your plan, right? What are you going to say to him? And then you want to overcome the objection so she can go back home, or the recruit can go back home and say, yeah, she's got the answers, right? Well, I didn't ask that. Well, you've given her the answers, right? How much money are you going to have to put in this business every month? Nothing if I don't want to. I mean, it depends what I want to put, again, right? It's overcoming the objections.
Right.
I had a lady tell me that when they said that. Hey, Dwayne!
No, I'm leaving. Bye.
Oh,
bye.
Go with me. You're not going to get to? No. Okay.
No, I had a lady when I said that. She goes, when I said, well, what do you? I think I said that to somebody. I'm like, well, do you think he'll let you do this? And she goes, you know what? I'll ask for forgiveness later. Let's do this.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's good. All right.
That's I'm going to remember that one, Sylvia, because that is really good.
That's overcoming objection. That's a whole workshop in itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then were you going to
about it? Is there anything you haven't thought about? Like, is that when they say, I need to think about it? Okay. What's on your mind? And the other thing, I've changed my verbiage from our speaker on Saturday. Even in my VIP group, I'm learning, like, what scent are you curious about? Not what sense do you love? What sense are you curious about? That word curious, right? Remember she taught us that on Saturday? I'm using that way more. Even
That's awesome.
I did that with the this morning when I posted that Sunflower reminder, right? What are you curious about this offer?
I love that.
I answered, it's too good to be true. And I'm like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using that. What are you curious about?
Yeah.
I love that.
I know, it was a good one. I took it home. Like, that was really a good one because I remember when she said on Saturday, you know, are you interested? She said, what are you going to get? A yes or a no? But what are you curious about? They're going to give you an answer. And I'm like,
I
yes.
so wish I was there to listen to her. You guys virtually, she was amazing. Virtually, I could feel it through the virtual.
I don't know if they posted for everybody to see the PD. Okay, because I was going to say I'll post that in the group too, because she just sent that out, or somebody did. Karen Siddell, I think, sent out
Yeah.
her.
I haven't seen it yet. Her
Okay, I'll
presentation
post it
slides.
in the group. I'll post it in the group, the slides from her talk. So because that was really good.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
She was so good. So what's the other? So obviously social sellers aren't going to have a problem with this because they're getting everybody to go to their website. So the last thing would probably be the event people. And I will be honest, I am so glad we don't have the catalogs because I give out catalogs at events very sparingly anyway, but I know they never look at them again. I know they don't. Like they take those out. Can I have a catalog? Just because I think they're uncomfortable and they want to have something to say because they're not buying from me at the moment. I won't have that available anymore. I will have the QR codes and that's it. My business
And
card.
they still have the brochure, right? Available. The sell, what is it?
Post join.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
they still have
yeah.
that brochure,
We
right?
can have that. But I'm going to make a sign that actually has my QR code that they can literally take their phone as they're walking by and click on it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you can even use that as, hey, click my QR code, and then I'm going to put your name over here for drawing or something. You know what I mean? You could use it as something. So, Dana, if we do that thing in December, we need to do that. Like, hey, if you come by, hey, snap that. Did you just snap that? Hey, put your name in this for this. No buying, but you got the QR code now.
you know what I'm going to do instead of the web? I'll do one for the website, but I'm going to do one for Instagram or
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. One of the two. Maybe I'll do both. And it's like whichever social media
Well,
you're on the most. And if I see that you just followed me, I'll put you in a drawing. And at
Well,
the
the
end,
thing is, and if they do all three, then they get for each one that they do. I mean, if I was walking by somebody's booth and they
yeah,
were offering me like those
Free
designer
stuff.
cups that we always get, I would click on every one of them.
you're right. I would. So that's such a great idea. Okay.
And it's minimal. I mean, you can put a cup with little samplers. I mean, you can be creative. You can offer something that just launch. I mean, you know, like
Absolutely. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Well,
So
so
my question, oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No, I was just speaking of samples. Like, what are you guys? Because you guys were there on Saturday or this weekend. Like, so what are you guys feeling about the samples? Like not having samples? Because I've heard so many ups and downs about this whole sample thing, not having samples, this and that. What do you guys think?
So I go ahead, Annette. You go first, and then I'll talk.
I ordered cartons because I do tiny, like just sniff samples, and I make sure this is sniff sample only. But that way I can do, there was what, 9 new?
Yeah.
I can, how easy to do 9 and send them in an envelope.
Yeah. And if that's too expensive for somebody, they could always just do the bags, but at least then they also have it. So they'll have it for them and they also can have it to give out as samples, or maybe they're making, I don't know, other bags. But I that was another thing that I realized. Used to, every single time all the new samples would come out, I would take all the old ones out of my little thing and I would put all the new ones in and I'd get it all organized. I did take it to parties, but what I found was the people at the parties were overwhelmed with all the options. So I would pull out just a few of my favorites and lay them on the table. So like this morning, I ordered I think I got all the new ones and I got them in cartons. But I mean, if I didn't have the funds to do that, I would probably just buy a bag of each of the new ones. So it's $90. I mean, okay.
that's what I did for July because I wanted my trip points. So I did July.
Yeah.
I ordered a bag of each, and today I'll order a carton of each.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
and
But I
if
did
somebody
prepare our Georgia peach one, right? That's our hero. So I got 11 little. I made 12 scoops. I don't know how I did that, but anyway, so I have 12 samples. So anybody that places an order today gets a sample of the new peach cobbler.
Yeah. And again, if somebody doesn't have the money to buy all of that, they can check with someone else in the group and ask which ones are your top sellers out of these. And then we can tell them, and maybe they only buy 4 bags to use for the samples, but at least they've got some of the top ones that are the best. Because I mean, there's a workaround always.
I had one of my best customers. She called me and she said, I like catalogs. I said, I know you do. She said, but I love that lookbook that you sent me. And when can I come over and smell? Well, from being there and walking around with those barrels and I have like 5, I think, that were new. Of course, Mike got Winter Woods.
Of course.
But so I was like, I basically have everything except for what's coming. How cool is that to not have to wait for 30 new fragrances to come? So what I did was the ones that we brought home, I started blending with what I had. So when they come, here it is. Here it is by itself. Here it is blended. That's what I mean. She's excited, but she waited at first to see if I was excited.
Yeah.
And
I had a customer oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that goes with our team too. Like if we're bummed about something and we're expressing that, everybody feels that instead of trying to find the solution. And I think this is a beautiful solution too, because we get SB, like it's, there's all the things that I feel like I think it's all good.
And I felt
other thing
this time in our
Madison, close the door, will you? Thank you.
What we got was so much more than what we got before. I mean, when I came home, I was looking at, because I keep a list of what we've got in the past, and I was looking and I'm like, this was so much more about what we can sell instead of here's 75 new samples for you to smell.
Exactly.
I personally loved it.
Yeah.
Well, I had a customer that looked at all the 9 that came out because I just posted them on my Facebook story. I didn't mention anything. I just posted all 9 pictures. I didn't say get them before you can. I just posted them. I had so many people reach out and go, "Is that all?" And I said, "Oh no, honey. This is just what's launching now. Just wait until the 15th of August." Well, I'll just wait to them. I said, "You better not wait because these might go away. And the ones that we currently have may go away too." "Well, why are they doing that?" I said, "To keep you on your toes." And she's like, "Darn them." She placed an order for all 9 last night.
Oh my goodness.
Because she was like, "I don't want to miss out." This is the thing. We have made our customers, I think, I love the direction that they're going because, and I told one of my team members this, I love the direction. And they're like, "Well, I'm going to have to redo this every month." And I said, "How exciting is it? It makes me excited for what's coming out. It makes me going, oh my gosh, what is coming? What's leaving?" It makes you like be excited again about it instead of, "Oh, well, like you said, Annette, this is, here's all 75. Here's all the shades for the whole year. Now we're gonna have to wait for something new." And people, and I don't know about you, and this does not come negative. I kind of got bored because I wasn't excited.
Right.
And so it's like, it makes me excited. I don't know. You guys probably have been around when we get got the special of the month on the 15th, the night of the 14th at 9 p.m. The special came out of the month and the new, everything like that. I was excited because it was like something new. And, this is bringing that back of this is what's new. You guys have no idea what's coming out on the 15th. You just wait. And we're all going to be on that PZTV more now, I think, than we were before.
Yeah.
My headphones just fell out.
Used to, people would be up till the whole thing turned on the 15th. Like, right? So now
I had to wait until 1 o'clock in the morning here and eat.
Right.
Make the turn to make sure they wouldn't lose. So now I get to watch it at a decent time, go to bed at my normal time.
Exactly. And I love the fact that, because usually come December 15th, we're all like, wah, wah, wah. I mean, we got to sell this stuff all the way through January until the new.
Isn't there 4 or 5 in December? Isn't there one like each week, or isn't there? Which month is it?
November.
December, there's 4.
Four
No,
in
no,
December?
no. 4 in November. There's 4 in November, one
Oh,
in
is it
December.
November?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
then one in
7th, 14th,
December,
21st, 27th, and one on December 5th.
and then
They're
one
But
in
gonna
come
make us
on
January.
now.
elastic for that. Yeah.
You imagine what our line is going to be like in November when they do all that stuff? Like, I'm excited.
Because
Here's
even in December, they could do some, right? Because they could bring, I mean, I know you guys don't have snow, God forbid me, right? But they could introduce snow buddies or snow people in December that we could buy ahead to start selling in January so that we don't have that lull, right?
Can I
That's how
just
I'm seeing it.
I have a question for you girls that are on here. So I have seen this happen a lot, and I'm just telling you the truth. It bothers me. I get making an urgent, like, okay, it might sell out, do this now. But I'm seeing that post after post after post after post. Hurry and get yours, hurry and get yours. They might sell it, they might sell out, they might. I kind of have a problem with that because although I say to all of my people, if you want it, get it now, because
yeah,
it may
well,
not be. But
While supplies last instead of hurry,
to
right?
make every single thing urgent. Oh,
Right.
the red should come out, hurry up and get it. If you want it, get it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I luckily I haven't seen much of that, but then again, I try not to follow a lot of Pink Zebra people only because I don't want my whole feed to be Pink Zebra.
Well,
Yeah.
home office does it.
Oh,
They'll post
I
something,
didn't notice that.
and while supplies last, which is great, while
But
supplies
yeah,
last,
Ross is like the last. Yeah,
be there. But I'm seeing a repetition of trying to make it urgent for people. But the problem I think I have with this is, so I go, I want this, I'm going to get this, it's for me. I see it, I want it, I buy it, because we know we've been in Pink Zebra for a while. So we know if you want it, get it. But then 2-3 months down the road, I've paid $75 for this, and whoop, look, now it's in sale. I'm not putting down Pink Zebra at all. I'm just saying that they're making everything urgent, and we need to make it fun. This is
yeah.
fun. Here comes PZTV. Gosh, I wonder what they'll have today.
I'll
That
have
kind
to
of
pay
thing.
more attention because I didn't pick up on that, but I'll have
Yeah,
to pay
one
more.
of the suggestions that we could take back as our director, Dana, is maybe for them to go back and not reduce it in the current campaign, but keep it in for our what we used to call the garage sale, right?
Yep.
I would rather have it in the garage sale. Some of like sort of like when we clean out our closet, right? We don't clean out our closet in the middle of a camp or a season, right? We'll do it in the spring, or that's more of what I would like to see versus
Yes.
because I know what Annette is saying, and I've experienced something similar where a customer said, well, it was 87 last week, and this week they have it at 40, right, on a special flash sale. And I get it. I get the business side, but I think for us, it makes us vulnerable to our customers, and I'm sure you guys know how it feels when, you buy something. I know I buy at Costco, and sometimes it's like, oh, craps, Costco has it on sale, $10 off this week. Well, Costco is easy because you can go back and get your $10 back, but it's not as easy for us as a consultant where we've paid some. So if I had a suggestion to make in terms of the directorship level, it would be keep it for the garage sale, keep it for an end of season, right? And there may be a logic to why they're doing it this way too.
I'll ask how they're handling the monthly changeover because that's kind of what it sounds like y'all are talking about. I don't know how they're going to do it just yet, but I'll ask. I mean, I'll see if I can
I,
figure that.
I totally did not mean that negative. I really did not. I have one person in particular that she'll be like, oh my God, another truck. I got to have that.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. It's gone. Every single time and she'll come to my house, she'll be like, I need yours. No, you should have ordered it then. This has been going on for 6.5 years. And I shouldn't have said the truck because the trucks never are on sale, but something else. And then
it doesn't make the sale.
and then she'll just like, look at you paid. I know you paid X amount of dollars for that. I got it for 40% off.
Right. Right.
Like,
just basically just need to do it later in the game and not every single month. Because then people will wait to see if it shows up on sale.
And that's happening.
Then again, I think that might have been a catalog issue because we had the full-time catalog, right? So now
Yeah.
maybe they'll release all of their things as a bundle versus before they might have had a simmer pot in the catalog and then they're stuck, right? Like it,
So
so
think
then they
about
have to
that.
bring it back.
Think about that, because you're absolutely 100%, I bet. Because what happens is everybody buys. Then we get 2 months at the end, towards the end of the catalog, and everybody just kind of stops buying because we're bored, customers are bored, nobody's looking at the website.
I
So then
bet
they
you
have
that's it.
a garage sale to generate the business.
Yeah.
So I doubt very seriously they're going to be doing garage sales every month. I don't see that happening. I think that this is going to cure that. And I'm going to say also back to the whole getting people to the website. I actually had a customer yesterday that we were talking about. I told her to go check out the lookbook and this and that. And she said, "Oh, that's funny." She goes, "I never even thought to go look at your website." I'm like, "Oh my word." So all this time, like, shame on me. Sean
Right.
kind of mentioned that earlier. It's like we've been trained and we've been
Yep.
coddling these people, and I want to take care of you and all that kind of stuff. And at the same time, we're hurting ourselves because if they go to the website, they're going to see stuff we're not showing them. So anyway, I'm excited about all this, but I will ask how they're going to handle the monthly changeover, because that would be good to know. I don't
But
think
you
they're
know
going
what else? You know what else is going to help too when we're not launching the whole entire line is we're not going to be out of stock of things, or people are not going to buy 500 things and we're not going to have anything else to sell. Do you remember a couple catalogs ago? It was like the whole line, like Christmas stuff, was out of stock
in the
before it
summer
was
class.
even Christmas time, and it was like you said, Dana. Now we're bored or we don't have anything left, so they are having to do that stuff. So I people are they're gonna get stuff as they come in, and they're decorating for fall right now. They're not decorating for Christmas, even though they know it's coming. They're waiting on we can get them, so it's helping our sales every single month because
Yeah.
everything's not there all at once. I think it's great. I mean, I love it when people are like, I'm not even thinking about Christmas right now, and it's like, but it's in the catalog, you need to get it, or people are going to buy it out. No,
Yeah.
because it's not even here yet.
Yeah. You're right.
And I appreciate the gentleness on my checkbook by
Yep.
not having all them things to go out and buy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're
And
getting
Tom did say to us, right? Like I was chatting with Tom before we left, and that is one thing we shouldn't have to stock up on those things, right? It should be a seasonal. Our customers drive to our website, they purchase if they want it, and then we move away, right? So
Yep.
I like that.
And I also love the fact that, like, for parties, I have people that like to have parties, but they'll, like, all the people will come to one party, and then they've got the fall and they've got the Christmas, and they're like, "Oh, which one do I want? Do I want to go ahead and get the fall
Yes.
now, or do I go ahead and get the Christmas and I do without the fall?" I mean, this is that whole diva math thing that Kelly taught us a long time ago. Every month they can have a party if they want to, and they can earn free and half price stuff. And every month they're going to spend a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, a little bit, because they're not going to see it all at one time. So
Right.
I just feel like one of y'all said this a minute ago, like they're setting us up for personal success
Yep.
by
exactly.
doing this.
I
100%.
honestly believe that too.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yep.
I think that when this boom, like when this recession thing starts to vanish next year, because of course it's an election year and it'll go away. But when that boom hits, we are going to, if not before, but we're just going to take off. So,
Oh yeah.
and by then, we'll be used to this flow. We'll be all, like we'll be in the flow. So it'll just come easy, and man, we'll just skyrocket.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I just got to tell you guys that amount of work that I know personally that Danielle has put into all of this, that girl works around the clock. I mean, there have been nights, I probably shouldn't say this because we are live and recording, but there have been nights where I know she just basically made a pallet on the floor in her office, slept for a couple hours, and got right back up at it because she is so driven by this. It's her family's company. She wants us to all love what we're doing and love all the products. And she takes this very personally, very personally, which
Well,
pisses me
and
off. People
Dana,
are
you and I have said this. I mean, they're human beings, you guys.
big
I
time.
wish people would understand that, this, like you just said, I mean, what goes into this? Yeah, you're not going to make everybody happy. You're not, but these people are human and they're doing this for us to make us successful and to help us. And it may not work for, Annette, but it works for Sylvia or but So get creative. We all had to get creative during COVID. We all had to get creative during when we first started. We didn't have all these tools that we have now. When I started in 2014, we didn't have all this. Like, it's amazing how this company, okay, so we're not in 17 countries. I'm glad we're not because you know what? We're going to get there if we
Hey, I don't
just
know.
stick through it.
Yeah. I'm actually okay with the fact that he focuses on the US and Canada right now. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
just make it perfect in Canada first before we move on anywhere.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
That
Well, I don't want to go
evolution,
anywhere else right now with this recession. Why would we want to go anywhere else right now?
right?
So,
The
I don't know.
evolution that's happened in this company, if you look back, I pulled out some of my old notes from past reunions. I was just looking because, I love Climb the Tree and I love what happened this year with Climb the Tree with
Yes.
us. Like, to me, that was a change that we didn't even know we needed. I mean, and for us to be able to go next year to Sugarland, like, crap. Like, is it time yet? I'm ready.
I'm surprised you guys didn't hear me scream in the hotel room. I think people were gonna call like I screamed. Like I
Yeah.
told Dana, like I was like, I got dibs on your house. I'm staying there. I don't care. I'm going to Sugarland. I don't care. We should have the biggest reunion ever. And the thing is too is I'm telling my team, your time to be on stage is in Sugarland.
Yeah.
If you want to be on any stage, be at Sugarland stage and be on that stage for any award that you can get to. I don't care if it's just if you're a manager, an EC, or whatever. If that's your goal, then do that. If it's a pink sapphire, get on that Sugarland stage.
I think I listened to Kelly saying, I just want to go home. I think I pressed replay on that like at least 10 times.
Yep.
I
Yep.
just want to go home. And I'm like, oh my God, her eyes lit up. And I've prayed replay on that like, I don't know how many times. I just love when she says
Mm-hmm.
it.
I did
That was
too.
perfect. That
On
was
the video
perfect.
that I did, I didn't even realize that I had Annette in the frame and she turns around, she's like, ah, like it was so perfect. It was so perfect. So y'all, this is really funny because you know Dwayne. So he has already been scoping out what we're going to do with all of the team just on building for tomorrow. I can't do Sandy and down, but just on us, what we're going to do either before, like the night before or the night after. So we may get everybody to stay one extra night if they can, so that we can all go do something. So he's
We can
like,
even rent somewhere or get something and even do a big barbecue together.
yeah,
Network
yeah,
just us, right? Like,
just
and
us. Yeah.
after is kind of nice because we could kind of have these discussions, right? Like,
That's what Dana,
your
I think we
thoughts,
were
what were
saying
your
that the
changes
mojo and
about? Because
everything. Yep.
before we have we don't have, we have the excitement, but we don't have all so
The
maybe
knowledge.
after, like it would definitely, we'd have all these ideas to connect together, right?
I
Yep.
agree. I agree. I haven't looked to see what the actual date. I know the date, but I didn't look to see what days
I
those
think it's
are.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So it does end on a Sunday this time.
I think so. Yeah.
So we
I
would want
think
everything
so.
to
Hold on.
stay till Tuesday if we could do that. Which I think
Uh,
a bunch of people would. Now there's going to be some that won't be able to, and I get that, but we'll find
Sylvia, are
some.
you looking it up?
Like I
I
think
am,
we.
yeah. So leader day will be the 18th, and then it starts on the 19th, 20, and 21st. Is that what it is? Or we go home on the 21st, right?
No. So if what are the dates again? July 18th to 21. So the
It's
18th.
yeah.
Wait,
It's a
that can't be
4-day one.
4 days.
No, it says 19, 20, 21st, but 21st we go
Okay.
home. 19th
So
is the day it starts, but leaders need to be there a day before.
right. So they would get there on the 18th. So we go the 19th is leader day, 20 is day one, 21 is day
First
two.
is 2. So we'll
And
go
then
home on the 22nd or whatever. So what day is the
we'll just stay
21st
in
on?
it.
What days are those?
I'm gonna look it up again.
I think we leave on a Tuesday then, if that's the case. So Dwayne and I have to find a venue and figure out how many people are going to be there. We were talking about, I don't know what it will cost for us to rent a bus, but to get a bus to take us to Buc-ee's, because if everybody's
Yes.
in Texas, Dwayne's got to take everybody to Buc-ee's, right?
Mhm.
That's just hand in hand. So that could be fun. And then maybe we could find a way to do like a big barbecue. You know what would be awesome is if we brought everybody back to our house.
I was
And
just gonna say that, but I didn't know if you wanted everybody at your house. I don't know how
oh,
many
yeah.
people that would be.
There won't be, I mean, for people to actually stay over, I'm guessing 20 to 30 maybe that will actually be able to do all that.
So reunion
Right.
says 19, 20, and 21st. So that's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. So then
So
we'd
it's
want
like
everybody,
last year, they're going to do the awards on the Sunday?
yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody leaves Monday typically, but we're going to want everybody to stay till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, but we got to figure all that out yet. So, we maybe that's what we do is do a big barbecue at the house. Because
That
then
would be
Dwayne,
nice.
That
we
would
could
be
get a big grill
That would be
going,
perfect
guys
for
can all
me.
hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the answer. I mean, we have a little bitty house, but it'll be fun to pack us all in here.
Just outside too. I mean, I'm sure your weather is always nice.
Oh, you
Well,
would die down there in
it's
July.
hot.
You
It's
can't breathe.
hot, but we have fans underneath the thing, and we could get he's got one of those big, gigantic commercial fans that we could put in the backyard. I
I
mean,
would do that. I would do that, Dana. Don't spend the money on a venue. Let's just get home and cozy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Okay, I'm excited. Dwayne's gonna be like,
Oh,
wait, I wanted to have
there's
everybody
our word again. Home. There's our word.
home.
Home.
Yeah,
I just
love
want to do it
that.
home. Home will be our title this year. Our
I
theme is
love it. I love it so much. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then 2025, we're gonna redo Be the Change. So
Yes.
there's that.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I cannot tell y'all how many people came up to me and asked if I would ever redo that because they missed it. I'm like, we have to redo it then. I had no idea. So that's gotta happen. So y'all are just
That's
gonna have
cool.
to get coming to Houston between 2024 and 2025.
6 months later.
And
Yeah.
in January, Sylvia, we won't die of heat.
No, January's perfect.
I remember when I came out there in December, though, I was like, I need water. It's so hot.
Yeah, it does get a little warm here, but shoot.
Where are you from, Sean?
I'm in California.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But see, I lived in Nebraska my whole life until I moved here 12 years ago. So I was used to the really humid heat. And then coming to California, it's the dry heat, but I've gotten acclimated to it. So when I went to Texas to be with Dana for a week, I was like, oh my God, it's hot. I need water. It's hot.
It was a hot Christmas. That's not usually that hot here. That was hot.
But yeah.
Like when I saw you wearing a sweatshirt yesterday and I've been like this ever since I got back, I'm like, ow!
But I had to. I got to tell you, I love my sweatshirt. That USA. I'm like, that is so
I told Heather I can't wear that till September.
Oh no, I wore it yesterday. I turned the AC down in my house and I put that sucker on. I wore it all day. Dwayne's
I know, and it's a nice material.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this because now I got to drive to Sugarland. I had to give them my stuff to take to Danielle in her suitcase because I couldn't fit anything in my suitcase. I didn't think smart when I packed for that trip. I didn't have an extra bag.
Dana, will you tell Danielle that I messaged her on Instagram?
Okay, I'll tell her. And then if I get a chance, I think I'm just gonna like be grabbing my stuff and going. But if I get a chance while I'm there, I'll ask how they're gonna handle the monthly turnover. But if I don't, I'll message Patty or somebody and ask.
But I think the fact that the products are not going to be in the catalog, I think will change that dynamic.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
I think like if they come back months later and all of a sudden it's garage sale, then everybody will be like, oh my God, and then they'll have FOMO for that. So that'll be.
So I don't know about you guys, but I do love this. So I think we should do this like more often, especially with the new changes and all that kind of stuff. So if we can do this, and if you want to do it this early, it works for me. So
no. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot for 2:00 on Wednesdays. How is that for y'all? Is that bad?
So that'll be noon. I probably won't be able to do it, but I can watch the replay because I'll be at school.
Oh.
I start at 11 on after the 10th. I start at 11 o'clock so that'll be 1 o'clock your time. So it'd have to be 10 and it would have to be noon if I was able to get on. But don't worry about me. It's fine.
Well, no, but I mean, maybe we alternate. Like 1 week we do it at 10 a.m. and the next week we do it at 2, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
But maybe we do
or
that.
Or do it in the
evening. Block my calendar as well. Like if it's just an hour, I can take my lunch hour, right? So I can block it right now for the fall.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is put a poll on the group, I think, and give them just a couple of options and see what the biggest
I'm
one
checking
is.
my work laptop.
Are you? Yeah, so I think I may do that and just kind of to get a feel for what they say. But I care more about what's going on right here because y'all showed up today, so thank you. I know some people couldn't, so I don't, that's fine. But I want to make it to where a bunch of people.
Most of mine were working as well.
Yeah. That's why I was
Just
wanting to
be
do.
on because I'm on vacation, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been on.
Right. So that's why I want to do it. Yeah, I want to do it
maybe in the evening too, or something. Maybe
it depends
if
on
not
what
though.
because my brain after 4 o'clock,
Yeah,
I'm
by 6:30 your time, your phone says do not disturb.
7:30. But yes,
So
you're
on
7:30. Yes.
Wednesdays, I could do it if I book it now because starting in August, I am free on Wednesdays in the
okay. So
afternoon.
maybe we do this. Maybe one should we do it every week or is that too much? Should we do every other week?
I think every other week.
I think
Okay,
every
so
other week is good. Like that's connecting bi-weekly. I think that's good.
So the first and third, maybe we do the first and third Wednesday of every month, and I'll put the dates out there. And so like on the first, it'll be at 10 a.m. and on the third, it'll be what time is 4 p.m. for you, Sylvia?
For your time is 6 mine.
Is that too late?
No, that's not. No.
Annette?
I'm good.
Sean?
So that would be, you said 4 your time, so that'll be 2 o'clock my time.
Your time sucks. Like you got to fix that. I'm kidding.
Change
I'll
your
just
clock.
move to Texas with you.
I know. So you'll be on at 10 on the 10 o'clock ones because it's 8 o'clock.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do first and third Wednesday of every month, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And then I'll post that. I'm not going to have to do a poll. We'll just post that. And then we'll pick a topic each time. I think the next topic should be the career plan. What do y'all think?
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. And when we talk about career plan, I find a lot of the new ones, even the ones I'm promoting manager, we got to remind them, stay consistent for 2 months. You get extra pink dollars. We got to put that there. I think we get them to manager and then, we don't give them that full picture. So I think we need to put that in combo. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. And
then we can review in a call. We can easily review the EC, the manager requirements. I mean, and how we're paid. I mean, that's really, really important.
What is today? Tuesday. So do we want to start this tomorrow? Because tomorrow is the first Wednesday of the month.
I can be there. You can even do the afternoon one tomorrow if you want.
No, let's do the morning one if that's okay. Because I want to do the first one at 10 a.m. and the third one at 4. I want to try to stay consistent with that. But what if we talk about new consultants tomorrow first? And let's talk about what we do with new consultants. So that way new consultants can be on. And then those of us that want to talk about like maybe people, because we all need ideas on what to do with new consultants over and over again. Because
I need ideas how to get new consultants.
Well, on that too. Okay, so we're going to talk about new consultants on the tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the career plan. I put Carrie plan. Hello, career plan on the second one. Okay, I'm going to go put this all in my calendar so that I know that it works, and then I'm going to make a post in building for tomorrow.
Come on,
y'all are so awesome.
Ouch!
I wish everybody could have been on, but
is it Wednesday your network?
So it is, but on which is part of the reason why I want to do it on Wednesdays because I'm in a very business space. So 10 and 4 work perfect for me.
Good. Okay.
Mine is in the middle of like lunch hour, 2 hours. But yeah, but I'm in a real business mode at that point, so it'll help me, motivate me. You know what I mean? I'm weird like that.
Just do you go
Motivational
live on
Wednesday.
Do you go live every day, Dana?
No, ma'am, not yet. I don't know that I ever will, but what I'm trying to do right now is 2 days a week. And then because I don't have any product yet. And then maybe next week I'll try to go 3 days, but I go 3 hours. I can't do more than 3 hours, y'all, because I'm exhausted at 3 hours. mentally,
I've been
I'm
thinking about
exhausted.
doing like Danielle Malik does. She goes in the morning. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what works for you, because I'm
I
telling you,
know.
and the more you're doing it and consistently doing it, the more it's
I
going to just
know.
keep on
It's because
elevating.
at the end of the day, I'm done. But I'm thinking, geez, I could wake up an extra half hour, do it
Yeah.
for an hour, then log into work, right?
Yeah. I can't, yeah, I can't do it in the evening. So I do mine midday right now, but I've thought about doing one day a week earlier in the day, but earlier for me, maybe around 9 a.m. But yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to do 10 a.m.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do we
Yep.
use the same Zoom thing?
No, I'm going to create a new one.
Okay.
I'll just create a new one. Actually, that's a really good thing, because then I can just go in and create, like,
You
I
can
can do
schedule them.
I
You
can
just
do
schedule them and you use the same thing. That way, us that have already been on, you can use the same thing and you just click on it. And you can
And
actually
Dana, I
pin
don't
it
know
to
if
the
it's
top.
like our work one, but can you not add all the participants and then it reminds them?
How would I do that though?
I don't know how you do it. I've never done the Zoom ones. I know at work we add participants, so I add all their emails. Like that's work, right? But let's say you have a short list, right, of 10 people that always attend. I mean, or your
I could do
leaders
that.
can trickle down to your downlines. I mean,
I could do that.
mhm.
Or unless you guys can just share the Zoom link on your
Yeah, that's
pages.
what I did today. I put it in our team chat. I said, FYI, just remember. And then they said, don't forget to let us record
Watch
it. You
them.
can end the recording. That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I could do that. How do I do that? Pause? No.